Have it. You can have it.
I'm not allowed right now, but because your mom has sent it and I love her, I will. Is it Jol Bhorao?
Yeah, no, that is not Jolpa, but that is Nolan Gur.
No.
Korapas. What is it that upsets you the most?
Doing interviews with you.
What? Oh shit! I was not supposed to come back today. I came back only because it's your interview, because I knew I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
I
doing
expect
this interview.
nothing else from you. Had you not come back and I'd got to know you've not come back for this interview, you would have hell to pay.
Where were you?
I was in Calcutta. I came back today morning.
Doing what? Chilling?
No,
He's
because,
from Kolkata.
Home.
So you're chilling?
Yeah, chilling.
So you
family.
were gonna chill instead of come and do an iconic interview?
Thank you so much.
She's flown down from LA for this. What I don't like about him is that in all the songs he's made me dance and he insists that I do those spins and I just can't. That's the only thing. I love dancing and I think I'm a decent dancer.
Yeah, you are.
I just can't do those spins. I always fall down and he's like, no, karo. I'm like, Remo, 25 saal ho gaye. You see, I keep, no, and he keeps forcing me to do that. Near the start of my career, I was going through a very rocky time with my films, and no matter what I was trying, I felt I wasn't able to achieve what I wanted to achieve and match the standards that I had set for myself. And I remember I went across to my father one night and I said, I think I made a mistake.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think no matter what I'm trying, it's not working. Maybe this is the way of the world telling me that this is not for you. When I was walking out, he said, I never brought you up to be a quitter.
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
keep fighting.
Wow.
I don't believe in entitlement. I'm just a normal person pursuing their dreams, and that's it. Why should there be any entitlement of who my family is or what my family name is? You're answerable to two people:
Yourself and God.
your 8-year-old self and your 80-year-old self.
Oh, interesting.
You're answerable to your 8-year-old self and ask them, am I still trying to conquer those dreams that you dreamt for me? And your 8-year-old self saying, did I do it the way I expected myself to do it? I think as a parent, and I'm a parent today, if my daughter were to come up to me and I wouldn't be sure about something that she wants to do, but if I see her conviction in her belief, then that's going to give me conviction to say, okay, she's going to be able to do it because she's not going to give up.
The looks, from my looks to my dressing, to my background, to my everything, I have to struggle and say, I can do it.
They say that there is not one path to happiness. Happiness is the only path. And while growing up, my mother has taught me that no matter what happens in life, just smile and be happy. Usi ke liye, I just came back from Calcutta in the morning, and when Kolkata, I still like calling it Calcutta. Kolkata se main aaya aaj, aur my mom has sent you guys sandesh. So I'm gonna get that for you because I think we celebrate everything there, which is filled with happiness with a lot of
that's
sandesh. So you can
sweet.
have whenever you want to.
So sweet.
Have it. You can have it.
I'm not allowed right now, but because your mom has sent it and I love
sweet.
her, I will. Is it Jol Bhorao?
Yeah, no, that is not Jolpa, but that is Nolan Gur.
Okay.
Korapas.
So sweet.
Yeah, it's actually very tasty. It's from Calcutta, so anybody who wants to have it can have it too.
Try it.
I'm fasting.
Okay.
Yeah, but it looks great.
But I'll get
It tastes great also, I'm telling
yeah,
you.
no, it looks good. Yeah.
I have to start off by asking that this film is called Be Happy. How would you define happiness? Because I think everybody, आज के ज़माने में सबको खुशी चाहिए, but most people are actually not innately happy. So how would you define
And
your happiness?
ask a different question.
Yeah, it's like...
Everybody's asked us this question.
Really?
Be different.
Oh, really?
Be
Don't just be
different.
happy, be different.
Be alive.
What is it that upsets you the most?
Doing interviews with you.
What? Oh shit! ये मेरे promo में जाएगा. No, but genuinely, what is it that instantly like ticks you off or makes you upset? Not angry, upset.
Stupid people.
She wasn't talking about you. Why have you gotten all like...
No, but I am not stupid.
No, I mean, but hote hain, no?
होते. What about you?
Not much. I'm pretty,
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty chilled out.
You don't get annoyed with like people doing the most?
No.
What?
Yeah. No, really, I'm not. I mean,
So if someone right now sat on this table, would you not get annoyed?
no, I would think that the interview's over and I'd go for lunch.
He's only thinking about lunch.
Yeah, silver lining. Look at the silver lining.
What about you, Remo sir?
I don't know, matlab, yeah, stupid people.
Yeah,
basically.
because we deal with, in our field, we deal with a lot of humans, right? On a daily basis. I don't think when we're on set,
Yeah.
hundreds of people. When we're outside, hundreds of people. When we're at home, unless you live alone,
Yeah.
people, right? People everywhere. Social media, people.
True.
So we tend to come across a lot of people that piss us off. But, I think we handle it quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Right?
think.
Yeah.
I mean, you're quite
I-
quiet. You don't
I
say
don't-
anything
I
at
don't
all.
say anything,
He
but-
doesn't say. He just rolls his
But
eyes
yeah,
and
अंदर
goes.
ही अंदर कभी
अंदर ही अंदर कभी कभी reaction आ जाता है. But when I saw the trailer, I was just talking to somebody and I said that it's a really human testament to the indomitable human spirit. Like it's the spirit of never giving up.
When
right?
did you see the trailer?
I saw it yesterday.
And who were you saying this to?
My mother
Okay.
and
So
my
why can't you say that?
Huh?
So say that, no?
You said to your mom.
No, मतलब मैंने बंगाली में बोला ना तो अभी मैंने उसको इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट किया. I thought that people will not understand if I say it in Bengali.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would.
You would. You know,
Yeah,
you
I also
understand
would.
Bengali. So basically, like it's about not giving up. If I see any of your careers and lives, there are moments where you could have given up and not given up at all, right? What would you say to that person when you are going through those kind of lows, career-wise, right? When you didn't give up, or maybe you felt like, oh, और कितना करना है? You can start.
I want to know his answer. I'm very curious.
I've been in such situations, and near the start of my career, I was going through a very rocky time with my films, and no matter what I was trying, I felt I wasn't able to achieve what I wanted to achieve and match the standards that I had set for myself. And I remember I went across to my father one night and I said, I think I made a mistake.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think no matter what I'm trying, it's not working. Maybe this is the way of the world telling me that this is not for you. And he was amazing. He's like, I'm telling you as an actor, not as your father. You have a long way to go. You're nowhere near the finished product, but you're improving with every film. Just keep working. And you'll get there. And then I said, okay, thank you for that. And when I was walking out, he said, I never brought you up to be a quitter.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
keep fighting.
Wow.
That was the father saying that.
Yeah.
too, yeah.
So that meant a lot. With time, you also learn a lot, Nayan, and you experience teaches you so much. I've always said this. If you look at it, we're all fighting a losing battle.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, none of us are getting out of this gig alive.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're going to fail. You just got to fail forward. Failure is an integral step to success. Without failure, there's never going to be success. You have to turn that failure into a teaching, into a learning, and it ceases to be a failure.
Yeah.
That's the way I've looked at it. It's like life. You breathe in, you have to breathe out as well. You got to take in air, you got to lose air. It's as simple as that. Life is a transaction. And what you learn with time, especially being a public figure, which is what actors are, and yes, we are answerable to our audiences. At the end of the day, I think the best way to set a standard for yourself is you're not really answerable to anybody. You're answerable to only two people in life, and I firmly believe this. It's something I've read and realized of late. You're only answerable to two people, not your parents, not your spouse, not your children, not your siblings, not your manager, not anyone. You're answerable to two people:
Yourself and God.
your 8-year-old self and your 80-year-old self.
Oh, interesting.
You're answerable to your 8-year-old self and ask them, am I still trying to conquer those dreams that you dreamt for me? And your 8-year-old self saying, did I do it the way I expected myself to do it?
Wow.
Interesting. Wow.
Wow.
No, really. I genuinely like, dreams. I come from a middle class family, right? So dreams are everything that I always had. And the thing that connected me to the entire trailer is also the fact that parents being protective, but also supporting what the child wants
Absolutely.
to do. Right?
Yes.
I was almost going to become a doctor, and I was a good student.
Oh, thank God you didn't become a doctor. My God, imagine the amount of
You
court
wouldn't
cases
trust
some
him?
lawyer would be. Him?
I mean, you wouldn't trust him with your exam?
I wouldn't trust him with the... What? As a doctor?
Yeah, like writing your prescriptions and stuff.
What?
Have you met Nayan before? I've known this child for what? More than 10 years?
I
13
feel like
years,
he would
Yeah.
be a
14
very
years.
direct
I
doctor.
think you found your calling. You're doing exactly the right thing.
Yeah.
The only thing else you could have been is he's actually a kick-ass dancer.
No way. Oh,
He's
wow.
very good.
But the thing is that they supported me, right? This film is also about that. In life, you need your loved ones to come and support something that you're willing to do, because if they don't, before trying, you fail, right? Have there ever been moments where you look back and you want to thank those people who've actually supported you through and through, and you thought that maybe I can't do it, but their push actually helped you do it?
Every day.
Every day and
Yeah, your
All
near
of
and
them.
dear ones every day. Every day. And it starts with your parents.
Yeah.
Your parents, like you said, are protective about you. So that protective instinct maybe sometimes gets them to be a bit negative. But the fact is they're always going to support you and believe in you. But that also comes from the fact that if you can convince them that you have belief in yourself. I think as a parent, and I'm a parent today, if my daughter were to come up to me and I wouldn't be sure about something that she wants to do, but if I see her conviction in her belief, then that's going to give me conviction to say, okay, she's going to be able to do it because she's not going to give up.
Yeah. What about you, sir?
I mean, there are a lot of people to thank. I mean, when I started, parents, got married, wife, had kids, the kids, and whichever film I'm doing, the actors. So everyone's support. I mean, you can't just go alone and conquer whatever you want. So support is very, very important. And
You know, there was this episode of the dance show that you did, and there was this episode where they showed you as a background dancer from Rangila, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, right?
My
From there,
Not a background dancer. He was the lead dancer.
he was the lead dancer, but he was in
row.
Yeah,
front row,
but
yeah.
Nice skinny Remo with long
Oh, I've
hair.
seen that too, yes.
They're showing the
Clean shave.
transformation and your journey, right? It's not been easy for you either. How difficult was it for you to, like he said, not 8-year-old, but 18-year-old or 20-year-old like Remo to convince themselves that you can still make it?
Very difficult. Like personally, me, when I was struggling, the looks, from my looks to my dressing to my background to my everything, I had to struggle and say, "Ki, I can do it. I can do it." But there was so many hurdles
Yeah.
I'd cross. But then the biggest thing which kept on pushing me was, थोड़ी देर पहले आपने कहा था कि nowadays the kids they don't get scared of failure.
Absolutely, failing.
I used to get scared of failure. I never wanted to fail.
Wow.
And that kept me pushing and said, no, I'm not going to fail and I'm not going to go back. I'm going to be here. I'm going to go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. Same for you, because you came from a different country and you faced like major setbacks. People have cheated you. People have like literally taken you for a ride. What would you tell that Nora? Did you think at that point that you would make it so far?
I think what drove me to kind of get over those hurdles or keep going and have that drive was the fact that I thought I was going to make it regardless. And in my brain, I was like, you have no choice.
Yeah.
You can't go back. You know, as much we were talking about support, I didn't get any support from my family. I didn't get support from my parents, but I got support from my friends. You know, emotional support, mental support, where they always rooted for me.
Yeah.
And that's what I brought. That's the kind of energy I brought with me to India. And then, you know, I would say the kids of today are more confident than what we were back then. But I had some sort of confidence, which was insane for me to actually come here and to be like, oh yeah, I'll become a Bollywood actor, you know, not knowing that this world is a jungle. It's not, you don't just come knock at someone's door and they give you a film. This is like a roller coaster. It's a theme park. Literally, it's a theme park, you know, especially when you have no connections to this industry. So I had this confidence and this support from my friends. And then when I met people from the industry, dheere I got support from them, like Remo sir. I was saying in the other interview that he plays an integral role in my journey from 2016, when I did my first ever music video, Baby Marwa Ki Manigi with Raftar. That was with Remo sir, you know. And he saw something in me. And I remember before doing the music video, when I was just about to start doing reality shows. There was a moment when I was sitting in that dingy room with this small TV and I'm watching Jhalak Dikhla Ja and I'm watching all these things and I'm like, and I know ABCD just released and it was this huge film and I'm like, oh my God, if I ever meet him, I'm going to have the courage to go up to him and say, if you do this kind of film again, cast me.
Yeah.
And
Fab.
it just, Faith had it that we met on, you know, Baby Mar Baki Manegi, and I was rehearsing for days, and those days I was just thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna catch him like for 1 second when he's alone and I'm gonna say it, you know, and every day I see him and I'm thinking I'm gonna say it and I don't get the balls to say it, the courage to say it, and then in the set, after we finished shooting, 2 days of shoot, uske baad, like in the end when he called pack up, I just ran to him. I'm like, hey, if you ever, you know, make ABCD again or something like that, can you please cast me? And now I know Remo sir so well, so I know he doesn't express so much. He's quiet, he's, you know, he's shy. But that time I didn't understand, but he just said, okay, I'll think about it. So I was like, oh, I screwed it up.
But
you know?
see?
But obviously after like 1, 2, 3, 4 years, we did a film together, Street Dancer. And that initiates the chapter of my acting career.
Absolutely.
And that was with him. And then I, you know, did a show called Hip Hop India where I judged, and it's like one of the biggest shows, and as a main judge sitting with a legend like him, you know, so he's been a witness to the growth and rightly enough, a facilitator.
Absolutely.
Now with Be Happy, what's different with Be Happy is this is a proper, full-fledged role where he's allowed me to express in a different way. He's allowed me to show my softer, nurturing side. There are some scenes where, you know, I have a feeling that if anyone sees it, they're going to be like, oh, I never really thought to see Nora in this light, you know. And he's opened so many doors for me. So I might have not gotten support from my parents or my family, but I have a lot of support from people here who have opened doors for me.
Absolutely, and look at where you've reached. You're representing us at the Oscars, and I think we should all clap for that, because
The
listen,
Vanity
that's
Fair
an
party,
achievement.
yeah.
Like for anybody sitting here and doing that, I think you're representing the country, which is really pressurizing, but also a great moment. Right? What did you feel? at
Oh
that
yeah,
point?
definitely. I mean, I haven't gone to the Oscars yet. Maybe one day, but I was at the Vanity
Yeah.
Fair party, and it was really cool to be there. I mean, this would be the second time I'm kind of going to a big international platform. The first time was in 2022 when I performed at the World Cup
Yeah.
in Qatar, and that was insane. That was the most craziest thing that I was a part of. And I remember that time, you know, borderline representing India, even though India doesn't play in FIFA or doesn't play football like that. But, you know, Light the Sky, which was the anthem of the World Cup, I had sung Hindi lyrics in the song, and that was kind of a representation of somewhat, you know. And being there at the, you know, in the field and performing, that was crazy. But, you know, I just got back from Vanity Fair today actually, I just landed today. It was really intimidating and it was nerve-wracking. And I think anytime you go abroad and you're kind of being positioned in that sense, it's like you're starting over.
That's
I'm
true.
getting the same feeling as how I felt when I first came to India. So this is what I'm going through right now.
You know, one thing that I want to tell about Abhishek, because I have seen him from the time I was in Calcutta, and I was like a student reporter for this paper called Telegraph in Schools, really like Bachchu and all, and he's been one of those people who's always been very welcoming. Like many times you feel like he's just a child, so you wouldn't even want to do an interview or whatever, but he's always been that kind, warm person. I want to ask you this, that, you know, when you come from a lineage which is that heavyweight, how do you still maintain this personality where you don't come with any sense of entitlement, even when you're working as a professional or you're meeting somebody off work also? You're just Abhishek. There is no air, there is no entitlement, which, you know, this is a question because many people actually tend to have that when they become something in life. How do you manage to do that?
I am what I am. I don't believe in entitlement. I'm just a normal person pursuing their dreams, and that's it. Why should there be any entitlement of who my family is or what my family name is? At the end of the day, you're dealing with people, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be a person to it. You can't look down upon anybody. There's no reason to. Absolutely not. And that's just the way I was brought up, you know. So that's it.
Now, all of you have to say one quality of each other that you absolutely love, that the other person has and you want to imbibe, and one thing that you barely tolerate because they are your friends. Not hate, but barely tolerate. We'll start with you.
Of one called.
कुछ नहीं बोलने वाला है.
मैं क्या
Nasir sir calls him Buddha, na? It is-
No, I think with me you can say, because you've seen so much of me in the last
One
10
quality
years.
you barely tolerate and one quality you love.
One quality I love is the hard work, which I love. She's very hardworking. एक quality, I mean, नहीं बाकी दूसरा तो I think everything is.
Trust me, I don't mind. Go for it.
No, I don't know. समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि क्या.
How about the 1001 takes that sometimes I make you do?
Maybe yeah, sometimes yes.
Yeah, I can tell you that for sure.
Because I don't do lot of takes because मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि as a director कभी-कभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर 5 टेक से ज़्यादा अगर किसी एक्टर ने ले लिया, मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है, किसी और डायरेक्टर का अलग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू होता है, 5 टेक से ज़्यादा ले लिया मतलब या तो शॉट में कुछ खराबी है या फिर एक्टर में कुछ खराबी है.
For In Street Dancer, for my intro, there was a dance sequence for my intro. I made him do 20 takes. Do you remember? And then I went to the bathroom and cried. Literally, that was. And the reason why I made him do that was because I got obsessive. I'm like, no, it has to be perfect. Like, every step has to be perfect. I have to prove myself. And he's so sweet. He's just like, okay, one more. TK, one more.
And for Abhishek, I think कल ही इनायत ने एक बहुत अच्छा वर्ड बोला, बस वो करेक्ट जाता है. Mature but childish. Mature and childish. तो maturity, of course, as an actor, वो जो क्वालिटी है मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगती है. एक चीज़ जो मैं छोड़ देता हूँ, which is जो मस्ती करते हैं सेट पे.
What are the masti that he did on your set this time?
कौन सा मस्ती नहीं किया है वो पूछो.
Yeah, oh my God.
ऐसा कोई मस्ती नहीं है जो नहीं किया है. Everything.
Listen, you have to enjoy your work, man.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make your workplace. This is we forget. This is something we do every day, day in and day out.
Yeah.
On an average between 16 to 18 hours a day. This is your family.
Yes.
And they have to look forward to it. Otherwise, it can be very monotonous.
Yeah.
That's
You have to
true,
come in and say,
yeah.
"Oh, it's going to be fun. Aaj maza aayega. Aaj kya masti karenge?" It has to be. That's why I do it.
Can I just tell you, I was not supposed to come back today. I came back only because it's your interview, because I knew I'm going to have a lot of fun
I
doing this
expect
interview.
nothing else from you. Had you not come back and I'd got to know you've not come back for this interview, you would have hell to pay.
Where were you?
I was in Calcutta. I came back today morning.
Doing what? Chilling?
No,
He's
because
from Kolkata.
I'm home.
So you're chilling?
Yeah, chilling.
So you
family.
were gonna chill instead of come and do an iconic interview?
Thank you so much.
She's flown down from LA for this.
Imagine. And he's like, I was in Calcutta.
Yeah, she's come from LA, dude. Beat that.
Now you have to say about both of them.
What I like about her, she's actually, I don't think a lot of people get to see that, but having worked with her, I think she's very chill. She's very cool. I like that. You expect her to be like very diva-esque, but she's a trooper. I like that. I like the fact that,
Yeah.
it's cool. And she's a very, very, okay, so that's what I like. What I don't like, or what I wouldn't say barely tolerate, what I don't like is she still is very underconfident as an actor when she has no reason to be. She keeps looking for that validation, and she really doesn't need to because she's wonderful.
Yes.
And she's inhabited the role and this performance so effortlessly. But she's always panicking about it.
Oh my
Very
God.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she shouldn't do
true.
that. She shouldn't do that because if you see her scenes, you're like, really, Nora? I mean, she's just there. And that's the toughest thing for an actor to just be. We get so conscious and we're made so conscious. Ye light hai, ye focus. She's so chilled out. And no, seriously, I love it.
Inside, I'm like freaking
No,
out.
it's wonderful. There's this one moment, it's in the promo as well, when we're sitting, in Bandra Fort in the middle of the night, we're just talking.
Yeah.
And
Very beautiful.
I say, can I ask you something personal? And she knows what I'm going to ask her. She's like, yeah, I've been in love. 2 baar hua tha. And I say, well, they say third time's a charm. That's my feeble, terrible attempt at trying to flirt with her. And I had all the charming lines. And she just had one reaction. And I told her then, I don't know if she remembers it. It was at 5 a.m. in the morning.
I remember.
And she just turns to me, she goes, yeah?
Yeah.
I just love the way she says that. Yeah, it's just so cool. It's just there, you know, and she's not trying to be conscious, trying to be like, yeah, oh, really, huh? She was just so, and that just makes it. And so I just wish, you're very good, darling. You should have more confidence in your ability as a performer.
That. Oh
Yes.
my God, after today. all the directors in Bollywood, watch out. I'm going to take this snippet and be like, ye dekh.
I want to send it to you.
And
We're gonna put it
about Remo, what's there not to love? I think Remo is one of the nicest human beings
Absolutely.
I've met in my life.
Absolutely.
And I love that about him.
sweet.
And I would be available to him forever, just because he's just one of the purest souls.
Me too.
What I don't like about him is that in all the songs he's made me dance and he insists that I do those spins and I just can't. That's the only thing. I love dancing and I think I'm a decent dancer.
Yeah, you are.
I just can't do those spins. I always fall down and he's like, no, karo. I'm like, Remo, 25 saal ho gaya. You see, and he keeps forcing me to do that. So actually I should, Prachi, will you teach me? I want the technique of, he's taught me everything. Whip your head around, do it. I just can't do it. And he insists, just, no, wo spin chahiye shot. Nahin, wo nahi hoga. Nahi chahiye. That's my complaint.
What about you?
I just can't get over what you said. Thank you so much.
That's true.
No, really, you have no idea. That is huge. Thank you.
No, but it's true.
God bless you. Remo sir, what I love about him, so much. The fact that he's just very gentle, very kind, and he's just been such a big part of my career, about my journey. So like I always say this when I have my own documentary about this crazy person who came to India and did this psychotic thing that I've done. He's going to be a major chunk of, you know, the journey, the story, the success of it all, because he really believed in me. And what I appreciate and I love about him is he doesn't follow the trend. He doesn't follow what people say. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know, he's just like unbothered. And I love that aura about him, you know. And he's just so kind. Yeah, he's just such a kind person. You see it with the group of people around him, the dancing community, they love him. You know, the choreographer community, all the assistants, everybody, they've just been with him for years. And he's given so many people opportunities.
Absolutely.
And it just, not only is he kind, but he's selfless.
You know, everybody got represented. I would say the community got
100%.
represented.
Yeah, like he has facilitated a whole new lane for the dance world. You know, whether it's the reality shows, whether it's the dance movies he's created, whether it's on social media. It's a genre in itself within Bollywood. That's what I really appreciate. What I don't like about him is when he's mad, I need to see him mad, and he doesn't show it. Like
it's passive aggressive.
Literally, I'm like confused. Are you like, you don't care? Like what's that? But he cares, and he's boiling inside, and he's so pissed, but you wouldn't know. And so I just want him to express a little bit more. That's it. Okay. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, also
Even now he's also like, no. He's not confronting. He's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, let's just get done with this. I want to go eat.
But before that, I'm going to say that happiness is also about, happiness is to love and be loved. And I feel that all three of you are extremely loved as individuals, as human beings, as artists. And AB, I'm going to say this, that I did this interview with you when I was in DNA. It was before Man Marziya, and he had taken a little break where he said that, you know, I took this break, I re-evaluated, and I want to come back and do things that I really want to do and I believe in. And I'm saying this as an audience, as a person who you have been very kind to. Ever since, whatever projects you've taken up, they are very different, unconventional, risky for other actors. Some people don't even take it up, but you're doing it and people are loving. I've just watched your movie. It's heartbreaking, but it was amazing. And today, I think your father tweeted, and I feel that that's the sentiment that all of us have, that I feel that you're
Oh God, what has he tweeted now?
He tweeted, somebody tweeted to him, a really nice person tweeted that, you know, among all the people who come from star kids and star families, I think he is that one person who has more number of great films in his filmography, but he's often targeted just because of his surname. And he said, I am not saying this because I'm his father. but this is the truth. And I believe that, and I think
So
everybody
sweet.
here would believe
Thank
the
you.
same.
I agree.
Yes.
To you being loved and for you to love everybody, thank you so much. I hope the movie
I
also
feel
gets
like
so much love.
he just said such an amazing thing about me, and it would be so mean if I didn't.
Please go
I
ahead.
just want to take this moment. I just want to say what I love so much about him, and I've worked with so many actors, so many stars, and him having such an iconic last name, but even being iconic and within himself, he's just so iconic himself.
True.
He has showed me so much respect on set. He's been so kind, and he's just been so cool to be around with. The conversations we've had, I never felt like there was any difference. He's just been like so accepting and so loving, and I just want to say thank you because you gave me such a beautiful experience on set.
Thank you so much. I hope the film also gets loved. And the letters also come for both of you.
100%.
For sure. From where it should come from. Thank you for doing this for Nayansense.
Thank you.
That's my channel right now. And yeah, only love for all of you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you.